Welcome back to the channel, guys. I just came back from a grappling competition in Berlin, Germany. I won a gold medal. And that made me think, what is the best grappling style for self-defense? Is it Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Is it Judo? Or is it wrestling? Let's find out now.
So the third most useful grappling style for self-defense, in my opinion, is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And if you're talking about a one-on-one fight where you're in an enclosed space and there's no chance of other people joining in, then I think it's one of the most useful styles out there. However, in a lot of self-defense situations, you are facing multiple people at the same time, and there's very often a risk of others joining in and maybe weapons being involved. And the last place you want to be then is on the street, trying to lock a submission in. So for that reason, I've put it at third place. So it's very useful, but there are many self-defense situations where I wouldn't suggest using this style. The style that I've decided to put in second place is another style that I've trained, and that is wrestling. So when we say wrestling, we could be referring to the folk style wrestling that we find in America. There's Greco-Roman wrestling and there is freestyle wrestling. There are, of course, many other types of wrestling that are found in other parts of the world, but these are the three main ones. Whichever style of wrestling you do decide to train, you will get excellent takedown defense, and that's very important for a self-defense situation because, as I discussed earlier, you don't want to end up on the ground in a self-defense situation. You want to be up on your feet, and wrestling will definitely provide you with that base. In addition to that, you'll become very physically strong, you'll become very agile, and you'll have a very, very solid fighting base, which is of course important, and you will be able to deliver a devastating takedown if you would find yourself in a situation where that would be necessary. So for that reason, I've put wrestling in second place. Unfortunately, there aren't any real submissions in wrestling, but it will give you a very solid base for combat. The grappling style that I decided to put in first place is Judo, and judokas are extremely good at using their opponent's clothing against them. And that's, of course, because they train in the gi, so they're very used to grabbing onto clothes, grip fighting, and then using that to launch their opponent into the earth. It won't come as a surprise to you when I tell you that in most parts of the world, people wear clothes. So, of course, you need to be good at using an opponent's clothing against them in a self-defense situation, and Judo will give you the best base in doing so. In addition to that, Judo also has submissions, so a lot of the submissions you find in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu also exist in Judo, so you'll be learning that as part of your training. There are a number of grappling styles that I also could have included in this list, most notably Sambo, which is a very effective style. We've seen it a lot in MMA in recent years. But I decided to stick with Judo, wrestling and Jiu-Jitsu because these are the most practiced on a worldwide basis. What do you think, guys? Do you agree with my list? Let me know in the comments below.